Hello everyone, right now this is the 2023 Kia Stinger GT2 rear-wheel drive. Get your LED headlights with your LED daytime running lights. You also have your LED high beams. Get your front parking sensors with your front parking camera right there. And you can see this one has pretty nice mods installed to it. Get your really nice aftermarket carbon fiber with your aftermarket Stinger badge. You also get your aftermarket over here. And also you get your LED turn signal indicators. And I like to give a big thanks and shout out to AUTOPLEX in Atlanta for allowing me to do this review. You can see they got pretty nice cars in their inventory right now, so please come check them out if you're interested. And for this vehicle specifically, I'll leave all the information down the description box below just in case you guys are interested in buying this, and I'll give you guys a nice review of this as well. You can see you get your Kia genuine wheels on this one, not aftermarket, but you get your Brembo brakes on this one. Get your hood inserts. You also get your carbon fiber trim right here. Get your carbon fiber mirror caps with your camera on the mirror with your LED turn signal indicator. You also get your aftermarket carbon fiber door handles. This one's equipped with blind spot monitoring system, and you get your window guards installed. You also get your panoramic sunroof in this one. Get your radio antenna right there. Gas cap, typical in Kia Hyundai fashion. You could just, or actually you have to release it from inside, but this one takes a regular gasoline. And then in the back you can see you get your blacked out tail lights, your aftermarket exhaust on this one, which is finished off with carbon fiber and sounds really nice and loud. Your rear parking sensors, your GT2 badge, your aftermarket sticker right here. You can see it says Stinger, and then you have the carbon fiber spoiler with your camera holder right here, and you get a rear backup camera on this one. And the body in this one's in pretty good shape. Here's what the key fob look like. You can see you get your newer Kia key fob with remote start. Then you get your lock, unlock, press and hold for the trunk, and press and hold for panic. And then you could use this button right here to remove your physical key. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the remote start. But before we do that, I'm gonna come over here to the back and show you guys how the exhaust sounds like when I demonstrate the remote start. So all I have to do is just lock the vehicle and then press and hold this button right here. And then you could just press and hold on the button to turn off. But you guys could see this car sounds really excellent. Anyone that wants a nice cheap car that has nice mods and with the aftermarket exhaust, this is the car that you should go for. It's a really nice car. I wouldn't review a Stinger, but one that is like a really nice spec. Get keyless entry, so all I have to do is have the key fob with you. Right now the vehicle's locked, but if you want to unlock the vehicle, just have your hand right here. Or actually, yeah, so if you want to unlock the vehicle, you just have to press this button right here. And that unlocks the vehicle. Then when you want to lock the vehicle, just press this button right here. that locks the vehicle. And inside this one, or outside, you could see this one's finished off with a white exterior with your black perforated leather interior. You can see your aluminum door sills, get a driver power seat with 4-way power lumbar, and then you have your thigh extension right here. Now to start the vehicle, all you have to do is have the key fob with you, have your foot on the brake, and then press this button to start the vehicle. Very nice. Along the door panel, it's covered with soft touch. Get all leather right here, which is leather stitched and feels really nice in your hands. Get a nice soft padded armrest with your carbon fiber look trim, which is aftermarket. And everything that you see with this vehicle that has carbon fiber, all of it is aftermarket. So really nice. And then get your window controls. Only the front driver and passenger side window is automatic. Get your lock unlock, your window lock, mirror controls, and then this one's equipped with power folding mirrors, as you can see, for both sides. And then you get your aluminum door handle with your aluminum trim. Get 2-person memory for the driver's seat. And then down here, it's hard touch plastic. And then right there on the left side, you get an air vent. And then all of this is covered in leather. And then along the dashboard, everything is soft touch with your leather stitch. Fits together nicely. And then down here, get your gauge dimmer, your lane keeping assist, your fuel cap release, trunk release, and then your fuse box down there, which is also covered in carbon fiber. Then you get your hood release, and then your aluminum sport pedals. And then on the left side of the steering wheel, get your turn signal stock, and then you get your wiper controls. And then you get a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel in this one. Get paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, and then you get your voice commands, your Bluetooth controls, radio controls, and then you have your controls for your driver display and that too. Then you get your lane centering assist, your distance for your pre-collision system, and your adaptive cruise control. And then here's what the gauges look like. You could see, get your tachometer, speedometer, your engine coolant gauge, and your fuel gauge right there. And then you could see this one can be controlled by these controls. So you could see, you could view your race gauges, you could look at your gas information, and then you could look at your compass. You have your intention level, and then you have your warning messages, where the warning messages are check rear cross traffic system, safety system, and then check blind spot safety system. And then you have your digital miles per hour, and then you have your tire pressures, where to view your tire pressures you have to drive the vehicle. And then you have your gauges, and then you have your sense refueling, where you have your drive info, your accumulated info, and then all of that. Then you have that, and then you have your attention level, and then you have your lane keeping assist. And then you could press and hold OK, and then it'll take you to the driver assistant system on the infotainment system, that you can customize your settings from there. And that's pretty much it for the driver display system. And then you can see the steering wheel is really nice. Looks like it's the genuine steering wheel, just because it has the original controls with your original horn right here. But looks like they have designed it with like the carbon fiber look trim, and then also they designed it with the Alcantara material, which feels really nice in your hands, very sporty and very grippy to hold. You can see your GT badge right there with your aluminum trim. And then you can see right there, this is where you can start the vehicle. And then up here is your infotainment system, which is a touchscreen. And you don't have any controls to control the infotainment system. The only controls that you have is these controls down here: your map, navigation, star, radio, media, and setup. And then you have your volume knob here. Your tuning knob is over there. And then this is the infotainment system. You can see, you could go to the home screen, and then you have your map right here, which is the typical Hyundai Kia map. And then you could zoom in and out and put your destinations in here. And then you have your navigation menu where you can search your destinations. You have your nearby points of interest. You have your previous destinations, saved places. You could also look up Kia dealerships nearby. And then you could, if you have a destination set, you could cancel the route. Then you have your route overview, edit route, and route options. All of these that are not highlighted is only works if you have the destination set. And then you have your track updates, and then your presets are down here. And then you have your phone, where you could add a phone. You have your phone settings, all of that, your Bluetooth. Then you have your phone projection, which needs a USB cable that you could plug in right here, and that allows you to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is not wireless, it's wired. Then you have your voice memo right here, typical in Hyundai, Kia, Genesis fashion. You could have your voice memo to record your voice. Then you have your climate, where you could adjust the temperature of the climate. And then you have all of that. Well, you cannot adjust it, unfortunately. You have to use these controls down here, and then it could show you on what you have it set to, as you can see. And then you have your climate settings, get your automatic dehumidify, smart ventilation, auto defog, and then activate upon washer fluid use. You also have your rear warmer as well. And then you have your valet mode, which you could activate. And then you have your HD radio data, your traffic updates, your Doppler radar, and then you could also look up fuel prices on here. Then you have your radio right here also. Get your FM radio. You could also have AM radio. Sirius XM radio is available. And then you have also you have HD radio, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, pretty much the sources that all of you guys know about. Then you have your QoS, where you can have it to set to reference or audience, which sounds really nice when you have these settings set up on there. And then you have your media, which, like I said, you have your different sources right here. Your FM, AM, Sirius XM, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Then you have your Bluetooth audio, USB, music, and sounds of nature. And then you have your Kia Connect right here, which you can view your calendar, your weather, sports, vehicle diagnostics, maintenance, and Kia Connect settings. And then you have your setup right there also. Get your vehicle settings, navigation settings, sound settings, device connections, user profiles, where you could add a user profile. Then you have your voice recognition, your screen layout, display, button, Kia Connect, and general. Then you have your notifications and your user manual right here. And that's pretty much it for the Kia UVO, is what they like to call it, infotainment system. Down here you could see you get 3 air vents, which is really nice to see how the design of the air vents are. They look like Mercedes like air vents where you can move around, and then you have this click right here. Really classy looking. Then more of your carbon fiber aluminum trim, and then you have all of that. And then down here you get your dual zone automatic climate control. You can see set by the automatic right now. Get your independent temperature, which you don't have a traditional display that you could look at it. If you want to know which temperature, you have to go find it in the infotainment system, but it already shows in the infotainment system when, as you can see, when I'm changing the temperature, it shows. Then you have your front defrost off, your fan speed, rear defrost, AC, air recirculation controls. Then you have your different zones, and then you have your climate right here where you can press that and it'll take you to the climate where you could see what you have on the climate system. And then down here you get your 12-volt power outlet, you have a USB port, and then you have your indicator light for your wireless phone charger that this one's equipped with. And then you could see, you could open and close this, and has your nice aluminum trim. And then more of your carbon fiber falls through. Get 2 cup holders. Then you get your electronic parking brake, your auto hold, your traction control, and your drive mode selector. Which you have, you can see you can switch between smart mode, eco mode, comfort mode, sport, and custom, where when you go to custom you can go to settings right there, which it'll show you not just it shows you that you're changing modes right here, but it'll show you that you're changing modes on the infotainment system. But comfort is mostly like you could adjust your powertrain to be comfort or sport. Then you could adjust your steering to be comfort or sport. Then you could adjust your suspension as well. And then you could also adjust your all-wheel drive system to be eco, comfort, or sport. So it's pretty nice. And then, like I said, not just that you could see the different modes right here, but you could also see the different modes on the infotainment system. And you could see when I change the modes as well, the lumbar and the side bolsters will automatically work when you change the drive modes to help you have better support when driving the vehicle on tighter turns. And then you have your heated and cooled seats for both driver and passenger side. You could see you could push this up to go to heat, and then you could push this down to go to cool. Then you have your heating steering wheel on this one, and get your parking sensor control, your control for your camera system. Then you get your auto start off, and then all of that. Get some storage, and then you get a nice leather padded armrest, which is leather stitched. If you open this up, get an ashtray and a good amount of storage. You can see you get your vanity mirrors, which are really nice LED illuminated, and then also these will go to the side and extend. And then you get your auto dimming rearview mirror with garage home link, and up here you get your Kia Connect, your SOS control. Then you get your light controls, they're LED, more light controls right there. And then you get your sunroof controls, which this one has a sunroof. And then you can see you get your power shade on this one, and then you get your automatic one-touch open and close sunroof. You get a wind deflector that pops out. You could also push this up, or push this and the sunroof will tilt up for you. Really nice setup. And these seats too, like, I've never been in a Kia Stinger before, never sat in one, but these seats are the most supportive Korean seats I ever sat in. You can see how they hug you in really well, really comfortable. And then also you get your automatic transmission. This one, to put in drive, hit the unlock button, pull down for drive, and then push once for neutral. Then when you want to put in reverse, hit the unlock button, push this all the way up. That puts in reverse. Once you're in reverse, get a rear backup camera with guidance lines, and then you have your 360-degree view camera, and then the camera guidelines will automatically adjust as you turn the wheel. And then you could have different angles of the camera. You have your top-down view, your rear view, then you have your side views, and then you have your settings that you could adjust your camera system. And then we want to put in park, just press this P button right here, and that puts it in park. Go ahead and get out of this one, turn on the headlights, hazards, unlock all the doors, and pop out the hood right here. That beeping that you hear is that the key is not detected in the vehicle and you left the vehicle on. These seats also do fold down by this lever right here, and they fold completely flat for you. Inside of here, you can see the door panels, the same material as up front. You get soft touch material, aluminum door handle, aluminum trim, aluminum speakers as well, and then it's all covered in leather right here, same materials as up front. Then you get your carbon fiber trim, and then you also have 3-level heated rear seats in this one for each side. And then get back seat pockets on each side. Then you get your 2 rear air vents, and then you could choose between hot or cold air. Then you have your 12-volt power outlet, and you have your USB port there as well. And then you get a center armrest in this one with 2 cup holders and more carbon fiber trim. And then you get your LED aftermarket lights in this one. You get a full power trunk in this one. Inside of here, you can see get your Singer genuine floor mats. You also get your genuine cargo mat in this one. Inside of all of that, you get your battery, and then I believe this is where you can have your spare tire in this one, which is not included unfortunately. But you do also have your fuel door release right here. And you get a pretty good trunk space. Everything falls through on this side. Same over here, you could fold these seats down by this lever. Just like that. Everything falls through on this side. Get a passenger power seat with four-way power lumbar. The only thing you're missing is the power thigh extension. You also get your GT embroidered on the headrest. Inside the glove box, you can see get your set of your wheel lock keys in this one, and also you get your original window sticker, which is really nice. You can see 2023 Stinger GT2 all-wheel drive V6. Not sure why it says all-wheel drive. I thought it would be rear-wheel drive, but it might be all-wheel drive. It might be wrong. You can see it has the 3.3 liter twin turbo gas direct injection V6. Here's all the options that this one has. Really nice. And you can see this one still has the 10-year limited powertrain warranty. Still under warranty. And you can see all the this is the MSRP 53,000, and you can see how it has all the added options added to it, with a total price brand new of $56,000. Really nice. And then inside of here, your Kia booklet, which has your owner's manual and our literature. And then also, this is from the Kia dealership when it was brand new as well. It was added with the Trace Theft Protection Program, the Premium Interior, the Exterior Appearance Program, and then the GPS Stolen Vehicle Recovery System that was installed in the vehicle. So it wouldn't be just $56,000, but the total price actually is $62,000. So what a really nice car. And you guys shouldn't miss out on this. Like, this is, I would buy this honestly, because this is, you don't find too many Stingers in good condition how they look nice as this one is. What a really nice car. And also really nice, you have your kind of like suede material that feels really nice. And then you can see this one has the what girls like to have and wear. So this might be a good dating or girls car to have. Under the hood of this one, get your 3.3 liter twin turbo V6. This is the same engine as what used in the Genesis G70 and the Genesis G90. You can see everything is running great, no issues. Some turbos installed on it as well. And then you also have a intake installed. You have this switch as well that you could turn on and off, and that has access to more turbos and more intake pressure. And this has about 365 horsepower. You could also see, have your heads-up display on this one. Go ahead and show you guys a quick walk around real quick before we hop back inside. AUTOPLEX Atlanta, Duluth, Georgia. Go ahead and rev it for you guys real quick. And go ahead and put in sport mode. You could feel the turbos kick in and just how nice this car sounds. Go ahead, turn the vehicle off right here. And most importantly with the exhaust is how poppy sounding the exhaust is. Like, I really like it when it has the pop sounds. Go ahead, press this button right here. And just like that, it locks the vehicle. And then as you can see, when I lock and unlock the vehicle, your mirrors will unfold and fold in. Pretty nice touch. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.